All right, welcome back. We're running back this sexy man so they can go up the mountain and they can shoot some people down. And then we are casting Primeval Titans and trying to make sure that our amulet deck is still functional. So, yep, if you want to check out the first video, you can do so in the link in the description below. But this is what we're gonna be doing this league. Um, turn 1. Turn 2 is a turn 4 Titan on the draw, but a turn 4 Amulet Titan. And we have a bunch of cards that speed us up considerably, so that's also nice. Speaking of burn. Oh. I guess we're not speaking anything, huh? I think I'm not gonna take the damage here. Actually, if I wasn't gonna take damage, I should have played the field. No, actually, this is fine because of Castle. So, yeah, I think that we want to play these two lands and then we can play the field. But not before. So we're gonna play the amulet here. If we draw a Dryad or an Asusa, we're gonna get punished, but the 2 damage are actually quite relevant against Dredge. You think Arboreal best Explorer? I think that Arboreal Grazer, I think that a 1-drop is better than a 2-drop in Amulet specifically, yes. But I would play Scout before Explore, and the reason why I'm playing Grazer here, so what did they get? So they got Mire, Hills, and Crypt. The reason why I am playing Grazer is because of the current state of the modern metagame and like how much burn there is everywhere. Alright, so now we have a loam. But at least they don't seem to have a way to like speed up super harshly. And yeah, and we see another situation where like look at how much better an Asusa would be over a Dryad here. Asusa would allow me to Titan next turn, while Dryad would not be very good. Alright, now that they found the Forgotten Game, that was actually a great find for them. And they have Foothills ×2 and a cave. That kind of sucks, actually. And I think that they have to cycle now to draw the loam and hope to find another Dredger so they can discard it, right? Yeah. So now they have a loam. Dryad better than Asusa. That's just not true. Hail Maldolor. That's literally not true. All right, so we can Titan next turn. Having access to Pact of Negation is kind of nice because it means that Conflag is not going to blow me out. But next turn, my opponent is going to be able to like Dredge, Imp, and Loam, and like get back their Amalgams very likely. So that's a chill. That doesn't matter for now. All right. Please whiff off of this thing with Imp Dredge, although it's very unlikely. Hey, they did. Cave. Please whiff off of this Loam trigger. Nice. How lucky can we be? This is crazy. So they're probably going to loan back some lands here. They found literally nothing. That's so crazy to me. I guess I still have one more Dredge, thanks to this Forgotten Cave. But that only puts like 3 Amalgams into play, and I can just out-zombie them, right? Is that correct? Conflag me for 8? There's just no way that's correct, right? There's literally no way that's the correct line there. Yeah, that has to be a mistake. No way in a million years that's the correct line there. Jarsek, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold, friend. Thank you for the continued support and for sharing your love here in the channel. Really appreciate it. Never forget stuff. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. So we're gonna have. If I go for forest, yeah, this is just a better line. So we're gonna get Sambos here, and we're holding up counter magic, which is also nice. Yeah, I think my opponent just punted this game away super hard. Super hard. And for kind of for no reason, honestly. Like, we had a super slow draw, and it just didn't matter. So bog them, and I guess I get a Radiant Fountain? Just to not randomly die? But this game is over right here. Just 6. Yeah, even if they had gotten back like some Narcomoebas and like 3 Amalgams, it just wouldn't have mattered, right? Because I can just like making out zombies to block, and then the Primetime just stabilizes by himself. So yeah, it was just a me sequence by my opponent. For the record, I don't think that Dredge is a particularly easy deck to play, and you can really see the difference between a good Dredge player and a not so good Dredge player. Like, there's no way they're playing Ashiok or something like that, right? Maybe they're playing Damping Sphere or whatever, but I don't care about that so much. Put him moves to 6. We can turn one Gracer, turn into Dryad or Asusa. I just don't think that's good enough. This is significantly better. Good. So we don't have enough land, so I'm just going to bottom the Asusa here. Because like 2 Dryads are probably going to be better than the Asusa. Put him moves to 5. We're going to see what they have over there. Start with a Once Upon a Time. Gonna get a Rot Farm. And we're gonna get Field of Dead. Yeah, if they have the instant speed, yeah, Haggle. There we go. So they have a loan in hand. I think that if they just loam here, I do play the Bujuki Bog. Just because my opponent mulligan, though. And it seems like Meyer Hills. And it seems like they really have nothing going on. So even though this doesn't look like a great Bujuki Bog, I think that it's good enough just because my opponent is on such a small amount of resources. Because this is kind of a costly bog, right? Like, this means that I'm not going to be able to bog them next turn. But I think that they're so far behind that we can afford to do this. Oh, yeah. Sexy Dryad. Gonna bounce Bog and pass the turn. Now, do you have any tips for somebody that want to learn how to play Amulet Titan? Yes. Start here. Watch that video. If you have time, watch the second one as well. That will get you familiar with the most basic play patterns, why we're doing the things that we're doing, why we're doing the things that we're doing the way that we're doing them, and it's just gonna cover most of your bases. How about people who wants to air drum better? That's a great question. I recommend you taking actual drum lessons, and that way you can kind of learn what you're doing, and can help you fake your drumming a little bit better. I'm digging these questions. Primeval Titan. This is kind of like a meme Titan, so I'm just gonna kind of like meme a little bit here. Like this game is obviously just done, so I'm just gonna meme a little bit here. Get a little bit of value there. Always yes, always yield. Just holding lands in hand. I'm not gonna need the mana, and like this game is just over. I don't think there's literally any way that my opponent can get out of this. They can kill my Titan somehow, I guess, with Assassin's Trophy, but then we just bog them and we start getting Sombos. So like, what are we? What is my opponent even doing at that point? Yeah, you got it, Jeffat G. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Also, yeah, we definitely should have some natty bog action in there. We definitely natty bogged. That's a fact. All right. But yeah, one thing that I forgot, Jeffat G. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. Ask questions. Watch content and ask questions. That is also something that you should definitely be doing. This is not a turn 4 Titan. On the draw, we can do better. This is much better. But I mean, redundant Azusa. Natty bug, so gross. Yeah, it's good. It's a good time. Thank you for the follow. Do you mind if I call you Jeff? Just Jeff for short. Amulet. Alright, so I'm going to try to find a Gracer here. It's not a Gracer. We're bottoming 2 Amulets. Feels bad, man. This matchup Amulet is very important. Ah. These are all just bad options. I guess that I'm going to assume that my Azusa is going to survive. So if she survives, I guess that I'd rather have a Tularia West, because I'm going to have... Like, I'm not going to be able to turn 4 Titan, turn 3 Titan anyway, right? So at that point, I might just have more lands in play. My opponent being on the play also is pretty brutal. And they kept 7. Actually, maybe they moved to 6. Did they move to 6? No, they kept 7. Which world are we living in where my opponent keeps 7 with Tron? Alright, so we're gonna get to Titan next turn thanks to this amulet that we drew here. That's awesome. I don't understand how my opponent kept 7 with Tron in 2020 and they don't have Turn to Tron on the play. And they're gonna rightfully get punished for their negligence. Because that's what it is. My opponent's being negligent here. Castle, so good. Unless they have exactly this member. This should be GG's right here. And that is exactly GG's. Easy. Castle, so good. This is why you always want to try to make sure that you play your castle earlier, because of, play patterns like this. We drew the amulet in the perfect turn, and then we drew... I guess we did have the Essos already, never mind. So fountains out, bog out, explosives out, gracer out, dryad out. Something a little bit like this. Tron. Yep. The exclamation point Tron command is great. One of my favorites. This castle card seems good. Yeah, it's been reasonable. A life I did not know there existed another frame chromatic sphere. Yeah, it's actually from Invasion. I love that card because it was one of the very first cards that I ever owned. I started playing when Odyssey was first released, and for whatever reason, I had access to one old school chromatic star in my collection. I have no idea where it came from, but it was there. So I kept a hand that was heavy in interaction. The only thing that we need here is lands, but like our interaction is actually quite good. So I thought it was still a keep. We might get punished here, but it's still fine. There's nothing I'm trying to find there of the once upon a time, so I'm just gonna, should pick up Reclaimer again. Reclaimer is fun. I don't think I can break it though, so we're going to once upon a time response. Yeah, we're getting a castle there, and that's a negate. Ugh. Okay, I think I have to be within on their upkeep though. I'm gonna kill the power plant, obviously. Beast Within has been so great, honestly. Chromatic Sphere. Alright, give me that. What do I want to draw here? I want to draw Ghost Squatter. Ghost Squatter is my best draw right now. Oh! Another thing I would recommend when you're playing Amulet is make sure you are as good as I am. Okay? Because if you're not as good as I am, right here, you're leaving value on the table. So you want to make sure that you get your most value by being as good as I am. Okay? Just something, that I recommend everybody who asks me for tips about playing Amulet. And you have to know. You have to know what your good draws are, and then you can channel them, and you can get her. Sure. You kill my Azusa. My Azusa's dead. Time to sell my deck. Oh man. Feels good, man. Feels good. Alright. What you got, opponent? It actually kind of sucks because like I really needed that Azusa to get like full value here. Because if I would have been able to get the Azusa, like the game would have, it would have just been over. But now we're just gonna have to play on for a little bit more. Feels bad, man. Playing Magic for a little bit more sucks. I guess that we don't. Opponents have had enough. Good. Hashtag outplayed. Oh man. Feels good, man. Feels good. Unkeepable hand is unkeepable. And keepable hand. What's with this bug? Are you trying to tell me something, Moto? Are you trying to tell me something? Bottom. And I guess bottom? Yeah. We're gonna need a bounce land to win with this hand, so. Uh-oh. Discard spell. We did say discard spell. Bye bye, Yasusa. Bye bye. Alright, that's legit. That's a good draw. I like that. Abzan? Oh, baby. Playing against Abzan, chat. Shambling Vents Go is better than a top deck, I guess. Opponent on the Shambling Vent plan. Okay, that Stoneforge is, fortunately for us, it's one turn too late, which is good. They went get Batterskull. That is perplexing. Why would they go get Batterskull there? Castle Brig, go. So of course, just meaning for Castle there, end step, I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna fetch for Breeding Pool, and then we're gonna get to Titan next turn. We have 2 Titans even, so we don't even care if my opponent has a discard spell or whatever. Yeah, this is like legit old school. Just Abzan. Abzan Stoneforge. Cute. Prime time. Man, the shots are being called so hard this league. The shots are being called so hard. Of note, like it's not like I needed to top deck it, right? It's not like we were not gonna win this game, right? But it's just of a matter of it makes things so much better for us. Because now we have 2. My opponent also pathed with the trigger on the stack, which is even more value for us. Oh man, I love this. Oh, I love this so much. This is great. This is so awesome. Oh, feels good, man. Feels real good. Questing Beast. Whoa. That's not gonna do it. Spoiler, that's not gonna do it. I don't think we can start like Valakuting stuff because my opponent's representing path, so. Oh, this is too much. This is too much. Oh, this is too much fun. This is too much fun. This is too great. Too good. I just called it. It's just too good. I'm gonna copy field. Opponent concedes. Unsurprisingly, opponent goes ahead and concedes. That was a fun game. That was a really fun game. If only there was a combo deck to police this Titan nonsense. I don't know what you're talking about, Final. No. Don't come to this chat and start telling people to play Neoform, okay, John? If you're chilling in my chat, which I do appreciate, by the way, no Neoform talk, please. We don't talk memes in this channel, okay? We don't talk memes in this channel. This is a meme-free channel, okay? So let's keep it that way. Praise Primeval Titan? Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Let's all hail. What memes we're talking about? Ixalan and Block Constructed. Yeah, the only meme dinosaur that we talk about here is Sakapa. Okay. No meme says the guy who took money to register for Valakuts in Amulet. I don't know what you're talking about, Dr. Jack. That's just a business transaction. It's not even a meme. Yeah, no memes in this channel. There we go. There we go. Make sure the Dryads don't show. Good stuff. Good stuff. We have fun here. We have fun. Good fun. Nobody gets hurt, barring my opponents sometimes. And okay. I don't like the fact that we have a snow covered forest in my opener, but it's okay. We're totally getting Ashioked, by the way. In case you were wondering why my opponent kept 7 and then didn't go turn 1 Discard spell, that is because we're totally getting Ashioked. Don't let your memes just be dreams. That should be my motto right over here. In a good meme, Chocolate Rain. Damn, that's old school. When was Chocolate Rain a thing? How many years ago was it? Oh, alright. Dismember? Dismember. Ugh. Never lucky. Like, never ever lucky here. Liliana of the Veil. We can beat that one. We can beat that one. We cannot really beat that one, though. Play a Susa. Play this. And I guess I want to play a Temple Garden here. My opponent going with the correct play of not placing Ashiok. Good guy, OP. Sword of Fire and Ice. This card should probably not be my opponent's deck at this point. Inquisition. Good. 28. It was 2010. 2008. For most people in chat were alive. It wasn't that far that ago. What a time it was to be alive. 07? Okay, there we go. Oh, look at that. Is there something that I want to draw here? Is what I'm trying to wonder. I think I do attack the Ashiok if they want to trade Bob for it. I was 2. Damn. You were very, very young. Victor Sullivan, thank you for the follow. Well, my opponent's gonna have Liliana, right? So I just play out all my cards and call it a day. I guess there's more value in me bogging my own self here. Because of Surgical and Scavenging News. That follow pick seems less relevant now, that's fair. Should I take edge my opponent there? Nah. Alright, so I have to draw Field of the Dead would be a good draw. What else would be a good draw? Oddly enough, that one is not that good of a draw. Which kind of sucks, but I have to play it anyway. Actually, let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we're gonna take edge the white source. Then prime time. It's a Stoneforge. If they do have literally any answer to the Titan, then I'm gonna be in a lot of trouble. I will punish you 5. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, there we go. That's a clean answer to the Titan. We're in a really rough spot right here. Is this a legitimate deck list or is it just a test? I'm testing. It might be legit. I don't know yet. Looks like Edgar says from Twitter. It's close to it. I made some changes. But it's reasonably close. So this doesn't do anything for me. I don't think we can win anymore. Yeah, because I was gonna say like the only way that we might win it is somehow my opponent goes a little bit too low here with the Bob, but now with the Battle Skull, I don't think that's actually possible. Or maybe even the Sophie can just clock me quickly enough that I just die before it's relevant. How has the Valakut plan been so far? It's been good sometimes. Like right here, for example, it would be horrendous, right? Imagine if we draw a Valakut or a Dryad, like we're just doing nothing. I'm just trying to see a little bit more of my opponent's deck. Like for example, I want to see if they have a sword, right? Because right now they've only shown me Sword of Fire and Ice. Yeah, so having resolved the Stoneforge, it makes me think that they just don't have the other sword, like the relevant sword. And they have the Battle Skull in their hand, so they can't flip it off Bob. So it seems very unlikely that Bob raising them, that we can use Bob to raise them, basically. You see, we're putting bad cards in our deck. In fact, it's very possible that I should just sideboard out the Valakut in this matchup. House of Mana, how did the GP go? I'm getting free information here by like letting the Bob trigger resolve and stuff, so there's like no reason for me not to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If my opponent has one more mana, they can actually suit up the Bob with the Battle Skull. They need to have an untapped land though, and they don't seem to have one. Huh, interesting. Well, that's a good thing though, right? Questing this. Oh, that's actually lethal. Okay. Yep, Ashiok won that game single-handedly, like they often do. I'm off this. For in the main event, it was fucking packed. The board nearly full foil. I mean, I never got to play it once. Oof, brutal. Sure. Yeah, I guess we do keep this. We're looking for a bounce land of sorts. Yeah, any bounce land will do it. Opponent moves to 6, probably mulling towards Ashiok, which is honestly not a bad thing to be doing. I think I'd rather have second Dryad because of Inquisition than I have second Titan. Like my opponent probably is playing 1 or 2 Thoughtseizes, and they're probably playing the full playset of Inquisitions. So did my opponent F6 through their turn, or did they just keep a 0 lander? All right, they do have the Cs. Good, good. So this allows, since my opponent has an Inquisition, I can pact in response, which is nice. I guess I bug them because we might be in a situation where I have to pact for Ramunap, and if I pact for Ramunap, I can like go ham on the lands and stuff. That's a Stoneforge, or I can get back with it Foothills multiple times. Both plans seem reasonable. Sophie. Okay. Alright, give me a bounce land or a castle, please. Bounce land or castle. Sweet. Malcolm, man, thank you so much for the tier 1 subscription. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. It's been a while, right? 6 months. Oh yeah. Half a year of hasty A6. Thank you so much for your support. Alright, so we're gonna do this, and this. That's 6 mana. What's the best way to do this? Bog myself, I guess. So Stronghold. Oh, I have no Valakuts. That's right. Brutal. Stronghold. Field? Yeah. Bog myself. Pony Conceits. They show me a hand of Ashiok, Fulminator, Sophie. So that has to mean, yeah, they have too many lands. They just have 6 through their turn 1. They actually had a super good hand, honestly. If they had an F6, we would have been in a lot of trouble. They had Fulminator, Ashiok, Thoughtseize, and Stoneforge on turn 2. Yeah, we might have not been able to win that game if my opponent hadn't F6 through their turn. The 2 binary PTQs are with 5, 6, and 1 overall. With Chunky Red, I definitely could have day 2 it easily, but I go so lucky in my deck, it was insane. That's brutal. It happens. It happens. Played in a slide on Sunday, lost turn 2 to Helios Spike Feeder, Kitchen Fix combo. Turn 2 twice in a row, beat John and Tron. Can that deck even kill on turn 2? How does it kill on turn 2? Went to the GB for a modern side event to buy some packs. Overall, it was really crowded and it took forever for pace to come up. And I went 0-2 with Amulet. Ugh, feels bad, man. How is Valakut? Basically as medium as it gets. Ugh. Oh, we're playing against Punt! We're playing against Punt, then Wine. Yeah, so this is a keep. We're bottoming Gemstone. What am I looking at here? If I bottom a Sousa, I go turn 1 Gracer up to 3 mana, turn 2 something, and I'm pretty close. Okay, so I think it's correct for me to bottom the Azusa here. Doesn't feel good. This is the new thing. I am trying it out. And it looks like Punt is trying it out as well. That's funny. So with Punt being on the play, I would imagine that we are pretty heavy underdogs here. I want to save the Rod farming hand in case we draw an Amulet. We have 2 turns to draw an Amulet. Alright, so here comes the Azusa or the Dryad, whichever. Okay, so this is Dryad. Yeah, so Punt's Hunt is just significantly better than ours. Ugh. Is there literally anything that we can do here? So the only shot that we have is for Punt to somehow not have a Titan. If somehow my extremely good amulet opponent kept a terrible hand on 7, we might be able to get there, but he doesn't. Alright, that feels bad. We want these, we want these, we want these, and we want this. Field comes in, this comes in, Tickets comes in. And I guess Valakut also comes in. Radiant Fountain can come out. Huh. How do we want to approach Cyberding in this matchup? Certainly the answer is to keep 69. No, in all seriousness, how do we want to approach this matchup? Why Cavern? Because of Disable Stroke and Pact of Negation, but now that I'm seeing like the amount of lands that we're bringing in, because I mean, I'd rather have Field and I'd rather have like all of these Tech Edge and all these other lands instead of Cavern. So I think that even though I would like to have access to Cavern, I just feel that all of our other lands are just better than Cavern. And it feels like this matchup is going to be a lot about Field and Valakut superiority. Man, that word sure is a mess. Superiority. And I guess this Dryad versions of the deck, this member seems way better. I think what I'm gonna do is just gonna just got all the Gracers. I'm totally gonna get punished by citing out the engineered explosives. Like I'm already seeing it. On the play, Pact of Negation seems better than on the draw, so I think I'm gonna go with it on the play, and then on the draw I might shade one. Let's try something like this and see what happens. Is Storm a good matchup? No, it's not. It never is, probably never will. Okay. Yeah, we keep this. We're just missing a Titan, but we actually have interaction for my opponent's Titan slash something like that. No, I actually think that the Valakut combo is quite reasonable in this matchup. I've lost to it multiple times already. When you like get the board flushed with zombies. I don't think I want to expose the second amulet. There's no reason for me to, and I'm not achieving anything by doing so. So, oh, we're just gonna die here. Oh no, okay. So we have an Azusa incoming here. If we draw prime time. Oh, explore. Okay, so they only have one bounce land, which is actually very good for me, because it means that Mevis within this amulet is going to be great value. Dryad, okay. Marmotte44, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I'm definitely blowing up this amulet. Razor 2. Okay, so their hand is Sanctuary. Can I draw a Primetime, please? Ugh. Don't have enough lands for that one. Susa. Second bounce. Third bounce. Bounce this. Play Dryad. Play Valakuts. And now I'm going to... do I want to upkeep? I think I'm actually going to do this main phase. I know that I get attacked by a 3-3, but if they have Pact of Negation, then I get brutally blown out. Alright, if we draw a Titan, we're very likely to win. If we don't, we're very likely to lose. That's pretty much where we are. Is this deck real or just a meme? I am still trying to figure that out, and so is Punt, apparently. Explosives on one. You see where you hold the second amulet? You see where you hold it? You see it, chat? Great attack. You see why you hold the second amulet, chat? Ah. Why is Punt showing me the other land? Ugh, that's brutal. Nothing I can do here. Mm-hmm. So their last card in hand, it's a... Their last card in hand, it's a Tolaria West. Here, I'm gonna try to bait them into getting Valakut. And then I'm gonna dismember the Dryad. Also, should have probably played this, so I don't take 2 damage for no reason. I guess that hiding the info is it's valuable. Yeah, easy Titan off the top. Yeah, if we draw a Titan, we win. If we don't, then we're gonna lose. So the Valakut triggers Fizzle. The Punt doesn't get another land drop. And we have 1 turn to draw a land. Because next turn they pay for Pact. I guess that they cannot pay for Pact and also transmute, so... That's brutal, man. That's brutal. I really need to draw something good there. We might have exactly 1 more turn, and that's it. We're 1 land short of triggering Valakuts. We're 2 lands short of triggering a field, so we can't even get that. They can get a bunch of zombos, but like if we lose this game, it's not gonna be because of the zombies. So Disappointed stream sniping for sure. Yeah, right? Totally. That's exactly what's going on. I honestly don't think I want to go squatter here. I legit think it's correct for us to not go squatter. Yeah, my body's gonna get a bunch of he's gonna get a bunch of zombies here. So their hand is double Teleria West. We're still very much in this game because of this low roll of the amulet that forced Pont into using the explosives to blow up my amulet, and that ended up giving us a chance. But I think this is the last turn that I have. Because starting next turn, I don't think we're going to be able to win anymore. My opponent will just have just accrued too much value, too much advantage. Okay, so Vesuva double Tolaria is my opponent's hand. Ghost Squatter being copied. That's interesting. Right. So we're gonna get to clear the Titan. Because they can go squatter the Valakut in response, yes. So we're gonna get a forest. And then we're gonna bounce the Vesuva. Bounce Vesuva. And then we're gonna Vesuva my opponent's Valakut. I'm gonna kill this. So this is gonna force my opponent to use their mana there. I still don't know how we win this game. I mean, drawing a Titan, obviously, but but barring that, I don't think we can win anymore. Okay, so they get T West. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so they can't haste, which is good. Not being able to haste is certainly good for us. And that means that they also can't play the Dryad this turn. So we might have one more turn yet. But the door is closing rather quickly here. If he has battlements, he can haste. That is fair. Yeah, you're actually right. You're actually right. I didn't consider battlements. I assume that he does have battlements, because otherwise... Oh, that's right. The Pandan Wine special. Oh man, how did I forget about Crumbling Vestige? Wow. So I think that's actually lethal, isn't it? So that's 8. Block here, and we block here, I guess? Both EEs are on the board. So I basically have to jump here. Seems like my house just crumbled. Oh, punt is great. Punt is so good. Alright, so we block here, we block here, we go down to 1. Yeah, this just forces the chump, which is brutal, because if I were gonna win this game, I needed that Azusa alive. Yeah, that's too. It's not good enough. All right. Um, Feels bad, man. Feels bad to lose like that, but I think that we both played well. I think that both of us played very well. We both of us played to our outs, and we played correctly. Both of us sequenced our cards in a very good way, and it was just a great match, even though it might have seemed that it wasn't that good. Having access to all the information, of course, we know that it was actually pretty close. Yeah, so we're just mulliganing down to 4 due to just seeing unplayable hand after unplayable hand after unplayable hand, and then we finally keep another unplayable hand. But yep, I mean, if we find Bounce Land and a Titan, we actually might win this game pretty easily, honestly. After this, will you play the common list? I might. I might certainly. There was a second Valakut rework, so I could have gone face, basically. With Punt having tapped, with Punt being tapped off of the Ghost Quarter, I would have been able to play a Titan, haste it, and I could have potentially set up lethal. Yep. So we're just going to die here. Yeah, in fact, I probably should have not shown my opponent what I'm playing. But I mean, whatever. I'm just gonna play out the game. What is with my opponents not keeping turn 3 Tron? Do my opponents know that they can mulligan and that the London mulligan is busted for their deck? Do my opponents know this? It's alarming the amount of times that I have seen a Tron opponent not have turn 3 Tron on 7 cards. Why don't I play Battlements? Because I think that Boros Garrison is just better. It gives you combo potential that you otherwise don't have access to, and it's just very good, in my opinion. Okay, let's think. So this is gonna be Titan mana. I don't have. If I draw Valakut, I can potentially mow down a Karn, but it's a one of that. Yeah, I think it's better for me to just like play my land, just play my cards. I guess I should have held on to the Gracer. I forgot that this gives you an extra land drop. This is exploration, so yeah, I should have held to the Gracer. It's card disadvantage to mold, not when you're playing Tron. Tron people know that they will naturally draw into Tron. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. Ugin the Ineffable. That is certainly unexpected. Can we draw Primeval Titan, please? Just punish my opponent for this nonsense. Sure. Primeval Titan, please. God damn it. Ah. I have to play out my cards because of the off chance that I draw. If I draw a Tolaria West, 1, 2, 3, I can actually cast a Titan. So I think it's correct for me to play my stuff, but it feels bad, man. It feels really bad. Like we could have punished my opponent super hard for their plays and everything, but all right. Negate, Beast Within, Ramming Up, Field of Dead, Tectonic Edge. Get this out. Keep that. We take this out. We take this out. We take out. Have we been taking out Gracers? Yeah, we've been taking out Gracers. Ban Blood Moon, thank you so much for coming back to the Primetime Stronghold for the third month in a row. Thank you for the support. Really appreciate it. Best content out there. Glad to be here. Thank you so much, Ban Blood Moon. And I really hope that they ban Blood Moon. Is Gracer better than Sakura? I think that with the specific this specific setup where we have 8 3-drops, just like maximizing, basically being able to play any of these on turn 2 might be better. So with this specific setup, and also the fact that everybody and their mom in Moto is playing like aggro decks like Burn and Mono Red Prowess and that kind of stuff, a Gracer is better than is much better than than Scout in those matchups as well. Okay, my opponent finally mulligans. They must be watching the stream and they're like, oh yeah, I should mulligan to turn 3 Tron. Good. I'm glad that we taught my opponent that they should mulligan to turn 3 Tron hand. Makes guys bad. Yeah, exactly. What Punt just said. Oh, that's actually not a bad draw. This allows me to develop my mana even if the Dryad dies. How have you been liking this like Dryad Valakut nonsense, Punt? Ancient Steerings versus Power Plants. You got it, OP. Sure, I'm gonna play around this member. And I'm gonna play around my opponent just like not playing their dismember properly, basically. Maybe they don't have it, that's also fine, but just like as things stand currently, my opponent can't win this game anymore. So there's that. Boom, boom. Tenya. Go Squatter. Very West. Draw step stop. Opponent concedes. 15-0, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. Nice. Yeah, like this list that I'm playing today feels significantly better than the one that I streamed the other day. Chief with the host with 100 viewers. Welcome everybody from Chief's stream. We are playing some Amulet with Valakuts and no mountains in our deck with this card. Kurdbros, thank you for the follow. And now we're going to play for the 4-1, or game 3 against Mono Green Tron. One Azusa to explore in your list. Yeah, I think that I'm not sure I like that. I've honestly been struggling to justify wanting to go lower on Azuzas. I think that you just become such of a worse Amulet deck by doing that. Like you make Amulet so much worse is what I mean. The card Amulet. I think this hand is just too slow. This hand is significantly better, so we're gonna keep this one. Yeah, as odd as that looks, I think that it's correct for me to bottom the redundant Amulet. Alright, Expedition Map. Untap land? I can tell you what that is not. This is not an untap land. Most leaning towards for Azusa. I mean, that's what kind of has been making sense for me. Alright, so my opponent finally has the turn 3 Tron. It's not a great draw, but it's not horrendous either. Because now we can do this safely. And we still have access to a bounce land without holding up negate. Next turn we can Dryad. Hopefully we go somewhere. Nope. Versus as is too many, I'm afraid of having lands with a ton of ramp and 6 mana worth of lands. It has not been happening for me, Punt. It has certainly not been my personal experience. Like, the Azuzas have actually been quite solid. Wow, everything is a forest, so castle always enters untapped. That is kinda hype, I'm gonna say. So let's say opponent Karns. They minus on the amulet. What I'm trying to figure out is, should I play this Vesuva right now? I think the answer is yes. I'm gonna have Vesuva here, and we're gonna bounce the field. So this way, even if my opponent Karns on the amulet, we have access to Titan mana next turn. Explode helps you try to withstand the neck of the deck, I think. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know, I just can't get myself to play less than 4 Azuzas in this deck. Alright. Wormcall is super beatable. Wormcall is super beatable. Right, so we do this. Play Primetime. We're gonna get Valakut plus Stronghold. It's gonna trigger Valakuts twice. We clear the worm. Thanks to the Dryad, we're gonna fix our mana. We're going to haste here, red, white. Move to combat. Attack with both. Yes. Gonna get Ghost Quarter. Actually, Tech Edge is better than Ghost Quarter here, right? So we're gonna get Tectonic Edge plus Simic Growth Chamber? Tectonic Edge plus Border's Garrison. Oops. This skill here, this skill there. Get Sombos. We can bounce. Yes to Valakut. Yes to Valakut. We can bounce the Suba. Can we set up lethal right now even? Yeah, we actually have lethal here. That's hilarious. So bounce land 3. Bounce land Valakut. Yeah, this is great. So Vesuva, copy Simic Growth. Valakuts you. Always yes, always yield. Yeah, sorry that I'm not paying attention to chat right now. It's because I'm like getting familiar with the new patterns that this list kind of creates. So now we are gonna copy another bounce land, Valakuts your face. Yeah, we're gonna bounce this, and then I'm gonna play copying Valakuts. Valakuts your face twice. Casually setting up lethal. E-Z. That was pretty hot. We could have double Tech Edge for BM, feels bad. Yeah, I guess we made a mistake of just straight up killing them instead of just, going after their honor and their self worth. Dryad might be broken. Um, Hello, Falush get worm. You gonna keep playing Azusa because I commissioned an Azusa emote for the stream? Oh, I'm gonna be playing Azusa for sure. This list has been pretty hot, honestly. It's been pretty sexy for sure. So my only losses have been um Ad Nauseam and the Mirror against Punt. Those were my only losses. Yeah. Big fan of this mana base, by the way. I think this mana base is just amazing. The only thing that I could see like moving around would be like with the breeding pool and the fetch lands and like blah 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 blah. We can be playing more basics, like that kind of stuff. So I feel like the flex slots in the mana base are kind of like around here. But Four Castles has been stellar. Every single match, like many of the matches actually, Castle did a lot of work. So Four Castles has felt very good. The one of Cavern obviously is a mainstay. Same with the main deck Field of the Dead. Gemstone, just one Valakut has felt more than enough. Yeah, punt guaranteed my 80%, which is, I mean, it's literally all that I can ask for, right? I should definitely have an 80% win rate emote for sure. At this point, it's like one of these channels' top memes for sure. Um, but yeah, like all the bounce lands, diversifying with the bounces has been fine. Actually, Dryad being able to and the reason why I also really like the four castle aspect of it is what we just saw in the last match. Being able to pay one less mana for our Titan allows me to use Dryad in a more allows me to like use even like random, like I don't remember what land we had untapped, but it was like maybe like a Field of the Dead or something, and I was able to tap that for white, so which allowed me to like prime time and get Valakut Stronghold and still be able to haste, which was pretty sick. What's the weakness of this deck? Ashiok or spell-based combo decks like Neobrand, and we lost to Ad Nauseam. Ad Nauseam, honestly, with that with that version that we just played against with the Thassa's Oracle, feels kind of bad because it feels like they are a little bit faster than they used to be. Yeah, we don't die to Damping Sphere. We're actually, I think today, literally every time that Damping Sphere was cast against us, we won that game. 34-16 with Neoform. Fuck that deck, Magus. Is Fry a good option against Ashiok? Yes, 100%. I have personally been loving Beast Within though. We played against Tron earlier today as well, and Beast Within was an absolute all-star. When we got paired against Punt, Beast Within allowed us to stay in the game, which we would have otherwise lost pretty handily. So it bought us like 3 or 4 turns by being able to destroy an amulet and leave Punt with a 3/3 that is not very good against my 2/4. um, so is this the new stock list? I don't know. I don't know. I think that we are all still trying to figure out what the correct combination of like Valakut. We're probably doing. So this is probably gonna be a must. So these are the cards that are 100% in the deck, right? Everything that's up to here, this 25, and I guess 30 lands in some combination, these are going to be 100% in the deck, okay? Now, how we want to build the rest of the deck is probably what we're going to be messing around with. Also, the amount of lands and which lands we're playing might also change. I mean, I wouldn't like it, but I'm probably gonna test, for science, just like Punt is saying, to like go a little bit lower on Asusas. So maybe like cut 2 Asusas for 2 Explorers. This is one option. Um, the thing is that when we are doing this now, we have a much slower incentive to, especially if we go down to like 1 Asusa, right? We have a much lower incentive to be playing Grazer. Science. Yeah, I mean this is what this channel is about, right? Like trying to figure out this stupid memes. But yeah, this meme might actually, I'm definitely way more sold today than after the stream that we played the other day. Which I guess is a good thing, right? Because like we basically just went ahead and I basically just checked that playing 4 Valakuts is just wrong, right? So from there, we are trying to figure out what the amount of Valakuts to be playing in the deck is. 4 is wrong. Maybe 2 might be correct. 1 has felt very good, honestly. I have not felt the need for a second one. But yeah, it's probably going to be somewhere between 1 or 2 Valakuts in the main deck. The good thing about feeding a second Valakut in the main deck, obviously, is that it frees up 1 sideboard slot because we have the second Valakut right here. I say it out a lot. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like we played against a couple of matchups where I'm like, I just don't think that this is a good plan, right? And it was very nice. Like we played against Abzan, right? Like mono removal dot deck, and when mono removal dot deck is who you're facing, then like this card becomes significantly worse. You're not gonna side it out because it's still ramp, right? But you just don't want to have Valakuts in your deck. You'd much rather have access to Field of the Dead, even Radiant Fountain or Tectonic Edge. So yeah, against decks that play a lot of removal where you can't really leverage this, the Dryad plan gets a lot worse because like this card is going to be just a blank way more often. So you're probably never siding out the Dryads, but I could see siding out some number of Valakuts. Or maybe just like all the Valakuts, period. So yeah, as far as battlements versus Stronghold, I mean, we literally just saw how good the Stronghold was with the Dryad, right? Because the Dryad just fixes your mana, so you're always gonna be able, or more often than not, you're gonna be able to activate Stronghold anyway. It is mostly like the difference between 1 mana and 2 mana, and if we're playing Sunhome, I feel like the upside of playing Stronghold is just so much higher. If you're not playing these cards, right, you can just cut the garrison altogether and just go with something else, right? Just like not play this. But at that point, as I was saying earlier, like why are you even playing Amulet for? At that point, you might as well just play like a blue-green or like red-green, just Dryad Valakut deck and just go from there. What do you think about Titan decks with Valakut finish 5th in the Modern Showcase? Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Is the list here? Yeah. We talked about a couple of lists. And yeah, I think that this is definitely a very real way to approach building this deck, and this is probably what you should be doing if you want to side out. If you don't want to play the Stronghold and the other card, that's probably like the deck you should be playing, right? If you're taking these cards out, this is like the main reason why we're playing Amulet to begin with. So like you might as well just just play a different deck. But yeah, if you're not playing these cards, the power of Amulet goes down significantly. But yeah, anyway, it's actually quite interesting to like figure this out. It's kind of cool. I'm getting the hang of into the I'm starting to understand what the appeal is, and I'm starting to like see that it makes more sense now that we're playing a more reasonable list, right? Like I would imagine that a lot of people were caught off guard. Like that's why the 4 Valakut list for Ode, it was mostly because a lot of people got caught off guard. But yeah, just like having the 1 Valakut, maybe 2, felt significantly better, like by so much. So I actually liked the list that I played today a fair amount. The sideboard, of course, still up in the air. Again, like I'm not sure we even want these negates. Maybe what we want to do is just like give up the combo matchups. Like if we get paired against Neobrand or like Ad Nauseam or whatever, just be like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like that's it, gone. Just you got the buy. Hopefully I will cheese you out. If I don't, then that's fine, whatever. Um, but honestly, like we played against Tron 3 times today. Is that correct? We played 3 times and we beat it all 3 times, and negate was great at least twice. So there's still some value in negate, and I like negate over, like if I were playing any piece of counter magic in my sideboard, it would either be negate or spell pierce. I don't think there's anything else that I would be interested in playing. I don't think mystical dispute is gonna get there. I don't think this disdainful stroke is there either. Now that nobody's playing Ursa in the amulet mirror and stuff, maybe, but like Cavern of Souls is also a card. I don't know, like it. Disdainful stroke seems so medium in the mirror. Yep. I think that's all I have to say about this for now. I will be back tomorrow with maybe I will be playing some more of this actually. I kind of dug it. Maybe I will be messing around with Valakut Amulet a little bit more. Maybe I will play another one. This is one brew that I've been kind of like interested in revisiting a little bit and seeing what's up. I actually like this deck a lot, and maybe maybe I can take it out for a spin here on stream again. But against which decks other than Burn does Second Fountain come in? Where is it? Yeah. So against decks where it's better than some other land, right? If you're playing against Jund, you'd rather have access to Radiant Fountain than you'd rather have access to Cavern of Souls, right? They are very, very similar, and in more scenarios, probably the Radiant Fountain is going to be better than the Green Source that you get from Cavern for casting like one of your dudes. So, like, it has like a bunch of like same thing against Shadow, for example. Against Shadow, Ghost Quarter has basically no value, so you just side it out and you bring in like the Radiant Fountain instead. Though I guess against Shadow, you just like bring in Cavern, so never mind. Cavern and Field of Dead, so maybe not there, but like there's like a bunch of matchups where you're like, would I rather have access to these like to this random colorless untap land, or would I rather have access to a Bojuka Bog? Like against even something like Ad Nauseam, like Bojuka just doesn't do anything, so you'd rather just have an untapped land instead of a tapped land. I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird how Radiant Fountain goes, and I'm not even sold that Radiant Fountain is the way to go. Like for example, I've been playing against a lot of Jund, and against the Liana decks, Obstinate Balos is just so much better than Radiant Fountain. So Baloth, even though it might be against specifically Burn, maybe Radiant Fountain is better than Baloth, but Baloth also has like these situations, like in some matchups, just like Baloth is absurdly better than Radiant Fountain by so much that just like making a Liliana activation bad, like blanking a Thoughtseize, or like even clocking a Liliana or an Ashiok or something like that. It does have some scenarios where it's just like Baloth is the nuts against those kind of decks. Anything else that we want to talk about? I don't think so. That's gonna wrap it up for me. Been streaming for about 3 hours. But I'm gonna be back tomorrow. We're gonna be playing some more modern, and yeah, we might be playing some more Amulakut, which is the best. Amulakut or Primeval Tatons has been like the two best puns that I've come up with. If anybody knows any better puns, please, of course, get in touch and let me know. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Thank you so much for checking out. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.